This question, we have to calculate the direct material cost, the direct labor cost, as well as the factory overhead costs. So we're going to use the information below to do so. I just quickly want to share the full screen. Okay. Right. So we have stock balances at the beginning of the year. So we started with some raw material stock. Then we purchased some more. We issued some to work in progress stock. And then we still had some raw materials left that we hadn't started using yet. Then consumable stores for the factory. So in other words, you started with some indirect materials, purchased a bit more, used some, use some of it, and then you were left with some consumable stores at the year end. And then the same with your work in progress stock. You had some items that weren't finished yet by the end of 2021 that you then worked on during 2022. You also started working on additional stock items. And then by the end of year, you were still busy processing or manufacturing some of the goods that are not finished yet. So in other words, goods that are not ready for consumption. Then it says that 40% of the raw materials are purchased for cash. The remainder are purchased on credit. Cash purchases for the financial year amounted to 1.5 odd million rand. Okay, so what they're saying is that cash purchases for the year is that, but of that, only 40% of your purchases are cash. So in other words, this does not represent all of your purchases. It only represents 40% of your purchases. So to get your total purchases, you must take your cash purchases of 1.578 times by, I want to know what the 100% purchases were using only the cash, and cash represents 40% of my purchases. So 1.578, let me just move it in there, 880 times, I want everything, I'm working with only cash. So in total, 3.947200. Okay, total purchases. Right. Then it also says that you had carriage on raw materials that you paid 250,000. So remember, that's added onto the cost of your raw material stock. So in other words, you started with some stock, you purchased a bit more, and then you also had carriage on your raw materials. Then they're saying that you also had some factory workers that needs to be taken into account. So in other words, your direct laborers. And then you had a factory manager, that's your indirect labor. Then you had some depreciation for the year. So that is also an indirect cost, the factory overhead cost, as well as your rent, consumables, and then some electricity that you use. So I'm going to start with the first question here. They wanted to know, please calculate the direct material cost. So to calculate my direct material cost, they're basically asking me to calculate the cost of the materials issued to work in progress. In other words, the direct materials that I've started using in the current financial year. So therefore, I must start with, first of all, my opening raw materials. So I'm going to write here raw materials, if that maybe will help. Raw materials. Oh, that's ugly handwriting, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm starting with my opening raw material stock, opening raw material stock. Right, so 2,120,300. Okay, because first of all, if I'm going to use anything, I'm going to use whatever I had at the beginning of the year first. Then I also purchased some more stock, so I'm going to add my purchases. So purchases 3,947,200. Okay. Then I also had some carriage on raw materials, and that's included in the cost. So see, does it start looking a bit familiar now? I'm hoping so. 250. So this was the cost of all of the stock that I had available during the current year. 300 plus 3947 plus 250. Okay, so this is what I had available to issue to my work in progress. In other words, to have as a direct material cost for the stuff that I started processing or then manufacturing. However, by year end, I haven't yet issued the following raw material stock because it's still in that unused raw format. So that cannot be included in my raw material cost because I haven't used it yet. 660. So I'm just going to subtract that. 2185660. So this is the raw material stock that I've started using. Therefore, it is my direct material cost. And remember that this is included in your prime cost. So included in prime because prime is, there we go. Prime is direct material plus direct labor. So we can skip the direct material cost question and jump straight to please calculate the prime cost. Right. Then, next up, please calculate the direct labor cost. So let's go. It says that in total, we had, so this is for the factory workers, we had workers who worked 14 hours in the past year. 12 hours were normal time, the remainder was overtime. So if you'd like, you may, you don't have to, but you can split this. So normal and then overtime. Right? So 14,000 hours worked, of which 12,000 hours were normal hours. The remaining, so in other words, the other 2,000 hours were overtime hours. Then it says that, so that's number one done. Then it says normal time is paid at a rate of 142 per hour. So for every hour worked of the 12,000 hours, they are earning 142 Rand, right? The overtime rate is double that of the normal rate. So the overtime rate that they are earning for every 1 hour worked is double the normal time. So it's your 142 normal time times 2. So 284 per hour. Okay, so that's the first bit there. We have the hours, we have the amount that each one gets. And this says in total now. So in total, this is all of the employees. Shame it's not one guy who worked 14,000 hours. Then the business has 10 workers who are employed full-time. 9 of these workers make the blankets and 1 is employed to clean the factory. So still factory, however, a cleaner, so indirect labor. Okay, so yes, they had all of these employees. These are the hours that they worked. However, the one person is indirect labor. So first calculate your total normal hours times 142. So that's 1704. And then over here, we have the 2,000 hours at 284 per hour. So 568. So in other words, your total labor cost is your normal plus your overtime, 2272. But now this is for all the workers. So for 10 workers. But one of these are there to clean the factory. So this one is not involved directly. So you are only looking at 9 out of the 10 employees for direct labor. So times 9 out of 10. That's your total cost for your direct labor. The other guy is indirect labor, and indirect labor is included in factory overhead cost. So indirect labor, 2272 is the total. but you're looking for 1 out of the 10 employees because only 1 is an indirect laborer. And there you have that. Okay. So that was a bit of a more challenging one just because of that last bullet point there. Then on top of that, the manager of the factory also gets a salary. So indirect labor because he's not directly involved in the manufacturing of the goods. So another amount to be added to my indirect labor. Then moving on. Depreciation for the year amounted to the following, but only 80% thereof is for the factory. So in other words, in your calculation, remember anything factory related, not directly involved in the manufacturing process, must be included in your factory overheads. And they gave you the total depreciation for the year, but you are only looking for the part that has to do with your factory. And they said that only 80% was for the factory. So times 80% to get 141,280. Okay, that's it for depreciation. Then rent for the premises amounts to 350,000 Rand per year. The ratio to allocate the rent is the floor space between factory sales and office. So in other words, the factory uses 3 portions of the space. Then another 1 portion is used by sales and another portion is used by admin. So in other words, they split the space in 5 portions. In other words, if your rent, let me just write here, rent, if your rent is 350,000 Rand per annum, they are saying that they are going to split that, so divided by 5, to have 5 different portions. So there's 70,000. And then for your factory overheads, you're looking for the cost for the factory. They're saying that the factory 3, sales 1, and office or admin, another 1. So we are looking at this 3 here because we are doing factory overheads. So 3 of these portions must go to the factory. So times 3, and that is 210,000 Rand. Okay, second last one. Additional consumable stores for the factory were purchased during the year. So remember that you started with some indirect materials at the beginning of the year. So indirect materials. The indirect materials that you started with was given on the information sheet here. So you started with consumables on the first day. So you must first use that. Now they are saying that on top of the 104,000 that you already had, you purchased some more factory materials. And that was 126,500. So add on to that. But that's not your expense because at year end, you then saw that you actually haven't used all of it yet. So you must remove from this cost the items that are still included as assets. Remember, it's a normal consumable stores on hand like you would have in the Saki. That's what we're doing here. So minus what I have left at year end to be used in the next year, and that will give me my total cost for the year. Okay, and then the last adjustment says electricity used by the factory amounted to that for the year. So you just add your electricity expense of 213,500 because it's an indirect cost. You cannot go without your electricity. Therefore, it must be included. It was for the factory. They stated that as such, therefore included in your factory overheads. So now we're just adding all of our totals here. So I don't have a total for my indirect labor yet. Just quickly add that. 667,200. No, don't do the 67, please. Okay, plus 141,280 plus 210 plus 125,400, and don't forget about your electricity over here. So factory overhead costs. So if I now had to ask you, please calculate the prime cost. So prime you know that prime is equal to direct materials plus direct labor. So in other words, that would have been your first answer. Oh, there it is. 4131840. So 4131. What was it? 8840. So that's your direct materials plus your direct labor to get to your total prime cost plus 2044880. So 6176720. If I asked you per unit, then I would have had to give you the number of units produced. Then you would have just divided your total prime cost by the number of units produced. If I then ask you for the total cost of production or the total manufacturing cost, total cost of production, that means it's your prime cost plus your factory overhead cost. So it's your prime cost that we just calculated. It is over here, direct labor plus direct materials, plus your factory overhead cost that you calculated here to get to 7,533,700. Okay, just a bit extra added on there. So that's basics for your factory overhead costs and your prime cost calculations.